So I was week 30. I go into hospital because I thought I was going to deliver a baby. They actually wake me up and told me that I have COVID. Symptoms started to arise and they were quite bad. They were starting to worsen. They had to do CT scans to see if I was having a pulmonary embolism because of the clotting. I did ask them if COVID would have affected her. They said unlikely, but because it affected her fetal growth restriction, she is mostly likely to have maybe developmental issues in the future. So we don't know. And when you don't know, you have that anxiety continuously.
Getting COVID, it was quite a scary time, especially when they're telling me that they think the COVID did affect my placenta and the cord to the baby, so she was lacking oxygen. I've totally changed my mind from not wanting the vaccine to straight away I wanted the vaccine. For the baby's sake, if anything, I had to get the vaccine.
Pregnancy for us is a normal state of healthy women and healthy babies. And the challenge that we have seen over the last couple of years since the pandemic hit is that we are increasingly looking after women who are becoming quite unwell. And we all know the most important thing for any parent when a baby is born is to be with their baby, to hold them as soon as possible after delivery. In a situation where babies have had to be born prematurely, the mums are in a position where they need to be nursed in an intensive care unit that is appropriate for them.
So I was about 32 to 33 weeks pregnant at that stage when we both got COVID. Following the birth of my son, he was taken straight to ICU in Burnley and I continued to deteriorate. I was still on ICU and I was still receiving CPAP then. I had a conversation with one of the consultants on ICU that it would be best to ventilate me just to give my lungs a rest. But you know, my family lived through every day. They lived through the phone calls of being told that, that I may not survive. Potentially having to say goodbye to me on a ventilator. As a family, it was such a big part of our lives, more for my husband and my family.
Over the last few months, we have data from a very large number of pregnant women, more than 300,000 pregnant women from the United States, more than 90,000 pregnant women in the UK. We know that the vaccine is effective. We know that it does not increase the risk of miscarriage. It does not increase the risk of stillbirth. It does not make the woman go into premature birth. And therefore the advice is clear. The best way for a pregnant woman to protect herself and her baby is to get a COVID vaccine.
We know that it's so safe for pregnant women to have it. I really strongly advise that they should, because I don't want them to experience what I went through. I unfortunately couldn't get it at the time, but if I could have, I definitely would have.
My advice to any pregnant woman is that getting double vaccinated works. We know that across England, no woman who has had both vaccinations has been admitted due to COVID during their pregnancy. If you would like further advice, then please talk to your midwife or your GP or other healthcare professional, or go to your local vaccination centre and get some advice and book your vaccine from them. Book your COVID-19 vaccine today at nhs.uk/COVID vaccine.